Welcome to the eMedNI computer-based training series for New York Medicaid providers. This video is part of our prior approval series of tutorials. The purpose of this session is to familiarize non-emergency transportation providers with the prior authorization roster. The key objectives for this session include general information about the non-emergency transportation prior authorization roster, where to find helpful transportation resources, how to interpret the contents of a transportation PA roster, and reference and contact information. Medical Answering Services, MAS, is the statewide Medicaid transportation broker and is responsible for generating non-emergency transportation prior authorizations, according to the parameters established by the New York State Department of Health. Non-emergency transportation prior authorizations are communicated to transportation providers on a weekly roster. Rosters list the information necessary to submit a valid claim to Medicaid. PA rosters are available by ePaces, the eMedNI exchange for a PDF version, and mail for a paper version. For transportation resources and to access a PA roster from ePaces or the eMedNI exchange, go to the eMedNI website at www.emedni.org. To access the Transportation Provider Manual from the eMedNI homepage, select Provider Manuals. Scroll down the alphabetical list of provider manuals and select the Transportation Manual. Within the Transportation Manual, providers will find transportation-specific policy guidelines, the transportation fee schedule, billing guidelines, and the transportation contact list. A valuable resource related to obtaining transportation PA rosters on ePaces is available by clicking on Self-Help. On the Self-Help page, select ePaces Reference Sheets. On the ePaces Reference Sheets page, select Enhanced ePaces PA Inquiry. A self-help document will open, showing how transportation providers can search for PA rosters through ePaces. To search for a PA roster in ePaces, select Login ePaces from the emedni.org homepage. Please note that access to ePaces requires enrollment. Contact the eMedNI call center at 800-3439-000 to enroll in ePaces. Enter your username and password on the ePaces login screen. Read and then check that you have read and agree to the Medicaid confidentiality regulations, then click Agree Login. Under the PA DVS header, select PA roster. Search for the PA roster according to the instructions provided in the previously mentioned Enhanced ePaces PA Inquiry document. To obtain transportation PA rosters from the eMedNI exchange, select Login Exchange from the emedni.org homepage. Please note, access to the exchange requires enrollment in ePaces. The completion of an electronic prior approval request form, found on the eMedNI website's Provider Enrollment tab under Provider Maintenance Forms, is also required to obtain transportation PA rosters from the eMedNI exchange. Complete the electronic prior approval request and mail or fax to the address or fax number on the form. Transportation rosters will be found in PDF format in the exchange inbox. Please note that documents found in the exchange inbox will be deleted after 28 days. Make sure to save or print these documents within that time frame. Let's take a look at the contents of a sample transportation PA roster. The roster includes the client's Medicaid ID number, name, date of birth, and gender. Below the client ID is the ordering provider's Medicaid identification number and NPI number. Refer to the Transportation Provider Manual Policy Guideline for additional information on the requirements for including an ordering provider on a non-emergency transportation claim. The procedure codes and modifiers, if applicable, will be displayed next. In this example, there are two procedure codes, A0100 and S0215, both having a TN modifier. The 11-digit prior authorization PA number for your claim is next, followed by the approved date of service for the ride. The approved quantity for each procedure code is provided. In this example, A0100 has been approved for 2 units, legs of a trip, and S0215 has been approved for 24 units, miles. Please note, if the actual mileage is less than the approved quantity, submit the claim for the actual mileage incurred. The next section includes the approved dollar amounts. The A0100 procedure code has been approved for $34.50 for the 2 legs of the trip, and S0215 has been approved for $66 for the 24 miles. Once again, please note, if the actual dollar amount is less than the approved amount, submit the claim for the actual dollar amount. For additional information regarding non-emergency transportation and prior authorization, please refer to the Transportation Provider Manual and the ePace's Enhanced PA Inquiry for Transportation Rosters document, or contact Medical Answering Services or eMedNI for additional assistance. This concludes our non-emergency transportation prior authorization roster tutorial. Thank you for joining, and please visit us at www.emedni.org for additional training resources.